The night was cold and the rain fell in thin, icy needles across the empty streets of downtown Chicago. The city glimmered under the streetlights, reflecting puddles that rippled with every drop. On the corner of an abandoned gas station, a boy no older than 12 crouched beneath a tattered piece of cardboard. His name was Liam, and he had been living on the streets since his mother passed away 2 years ago. His father had vanished long before that. His hands were raw from the cold, his stomach hollow with hunger, but his eyes, bright and determined, still carried the spark of a boy who refused to give up. It was close to midnight when the roar of a sleek black Lamborghini echoed through the wet streets. The car rolled slowly, then suddenly sputtered and stopped, steam curling up from under its hood. Behind the tinted glass sat Victor Harlan, a billionaire tech mogul whose name often appeared in business magazines, though no one on the streets would know him personally. Victor cursed under his breath, stepping out into the rain in his tailored coat and polished shoes, glaring at the car as if his anger could fix it. Liam, shivering under his cardboard, watched curiously. He had always been fascinated by cars, sneaking into libraries during the day to read about engines and watching YouTube tutorials on public library computers. Seeing the sleek car stranded just feet from him sparked something inside him. Gathering courage, he approached slowly, hands raised to show he meant no harm. "Sir," Liam said, voice trembling, "I think I can help you." Victor turned, startled by the sight of the soaked, scrawny boy standing in the rain. His first instinct was to shoo him away, but desperation to get home won. "You, kid, this is a Lamborghini, it's not a toy." "I know," Liam replied softly, "but I know engines, I can at least take a look." Victor hesitated but finally popped the hood. Liam climbed onto the bumper carefully, his small fingers tracing wires and tubes. He spotted the problem quickly, a loose connection in the ignition coil, something he had read about months ago. With nimble hands, he adjusted it, tightening the cable with nothing but determination and a rusted wrench he carried in his small backpack. "Try it now," Liam said, stepping back. Victor slid into the driver's seat and turned the key. The engine roared back to life, smooth and powerful, cutting through the rain. Victor stared at the boy in shock. How did you do that?" "I just learned," Liam said, shivering harder now. "I like cars." Victor stepped out, his expression softening. He noticed the boy's clothes were soaked, torn at the elbows, and his shoes had holes. The billionaire who had spent his life insulated in wealth felt a strange tug in his chest. "Where are your parents?" Liam hesitated. "Don't have any, I sleep around here." Victor looked around at the dark, empty streets. He had passed hundreds of homeless people in his life and never stopped. But this small boy who had just helped him suddenly made all of them real in a way they never were before. "Get in the car," he said. Liam froze. I can't, I'm fine here." "You're not fine," Victor said firmly. "I'm not leaving a kid out here to freeze." The boy hesitated but finally slid into the soft leather seat. It was the warmest he had felt in months. Victor drove him to a nearby diner, buying him the biggest meal he could order. Liam ate as if he hadn't seen food in days. Victor watched in silence, an uncomfortable guilt growing inside him. He had spent millions on parties, cars, and private islands, but seeing a boy fight for survival on the streets hit him like a stone. That night, Victor booked Liam a hotel room and left his number at the front desk. But he couldn't sleep. Something about the boy's resilience and quiet dignity haunted him. The next morning, he returned. Liam was awake, sitting on the bed as if afraid to mess up the sheets. Over the following weeks, Victor helped Liam get clean clothes, a medical checkup, and eventually enrolled him in a nearby school. Liam's brilliance with mechanics impressed Victor, who introduced him to one of his company's engineers. Soon, the boy was spending afternoons learning hands-on skills in a professional garage. Months passed and Liam's life transformed. For the first time, he had a future. Victor, in turn, found himself changing too. He began funding shelters, starting programs for homeless youth, and dedicating a part of his wealth to those he had once ignored. One boy had shown him the world he never bothered to see. Years later, at an automotive competition for young engineers, Liam, now 17, presented a prototype for a low-cost, energy-efficient engine designed to help low-income families. Victor sat in the front row, pride shining in his eyes. When Liam won first place, he ran to Victor, hugging him tightly. The boy who once slept under cardboard had not only found a home but had changed a billionaire's heart, proving that one act of kindness could echo far beyond the moment it was given. Shorter and more emotionally impactful version. Rain poured over a quiet Chicago street as 12-year-old Liam shivered beneath a piece of cardboard. Hungry, cold, and alone, he had no family left, just a stubborn will to survive. A black Lamborghini suddenly stalled nearby, its owner, billionaire Victor Harlan, cursed in frustration. Liam stepped out of the shadows. "I can help," he said. Moments later, with bare, freezing hands, Liam fixed the car. Victor stared at the soaked boy who had saved him and saw more than a mechanic. He saw a child abandoned by the world. He took Liam for a hot meal, then to a warm room, and over time into a new life. That night changed them both. The boy gained a future and the billionaire gained a heart.